Hello again, Gooners. Yes, I'm back again, and I'm glad to see you. I hope you're glad to see me. And, well, let's pretend we can see each other. Oh, let's not do that. That would be very intrusive. Intrusive isn't something we've been on the transfer front, have we? We've got Sonogo in. Yeah, I've already talked about that in a previous vlogcast. But this time, I'm going to talk about a number of things. The situation regarding the boss, Le Boss himself, Tin Jedvaj. I told you get the name on the shirt, but I said that in haste. Now I'm regretting it. What's the situation on Park? I will tell you a little bit more on that. We'll also talk. Well, I don't think I'll talk about Sonogo too much, but he may well be mentioned, as will Abu Diaby. Other players. Well, I'm going to look at the whole squad generally, mostly outgoing, unfortunately. The situation with Rio Miyaichi, I'll talk about him. Coquelin, Giroud, Higuain is the big one, of course, that could be coming in. We keep hearing it. Nothing much has happened yet, but I'll give you my take on it for what it's worth. Anyway, let's get started. I'm not necessarily going to read any history, so you historians, you better put a note if you want me to read and do my Arsenal-Lorry, what do I call it? Arsenal-Lorry bit at the end. Do let me know about it, because then I might actually get around to doing it. But yeah, I just thought, quick one today. So, let's waste no more time. Arsene Wenger, first of all. He's come to an immoral agreement with Paris Saint-Germain. And this has been reported in France by Le 10 Sport, or we would call it Le 10 Sport. Alright, mate? Well, anyway, do I believe this is true? That's the question I'm going to ask myself, and I will answer it like this. No. I don't believe it's true. I think Arsene Wenger will stay at Arsenal as long as Arsenal want him. He's not that much of a mug. Paris is just down the road, pretty much from London. All you've got to do is jump on a train, Eurostar. You're there in seconds. Well, quite a few seconds, but yeah, what, 2 hours is it? So why would he go to Paris Saint-Germain? Okay, they're throwing money at huge transfer fees to get the players they want. Like Cavani, they're offering, I think, £72 million. Which is interesting, because that links me on to one of the topics I was going to talk about later on, but let's do it now. If they're going to get Cavani, let's think about this. Chelsea still need a striker. They've got money to spend. They haven't got 70-something million to spend, but they have a decent wad of cash, which they are prepared to spend. Who's to say they won't put in a bid for Higuain, sorry. Who's to say? Not me. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Jose Mourinho is a tactical sort of guy, we all know that. And how tactical is he in the transfer market? I'm not absolutely sure. But Higuain is a top player. His head could be turned if they put the right package together. I don't want this to happen, but I'm afraid it might. And I think I'm the first person actually saying this, to my knowledge anyway. So don't be surprised if you see that in the newspapers in the next few days. Same went for Suarez. Of course, I said something about Luis Suarez would be a good signing for Arsenal. Next thing you know, it's in the newspapers. I didn't say it's going to happen, though. I'm just saying it would be a good signing. Unfortunately, I think the Higuain to Chelsea thing may well happen. I really hope not, but I think it's in the balance. Why is it taking so long to secure the guy down to a long-term deal? Because we don't want to pay the wages, presumably. And this kind of thing infuriates me, I've got to say. So I'm not at all happy that we've only brought in Sonogo, even though we've given him the number 22 shirt, which means a lot, doesn't it? It means that he may well get a few games as a sub. It wouldn't even surprise me if he gets double figures in terms of games. We'll see how good he is, and I haven't seen enough of him to really say. Meanwhile, another squad number change is Abu Diaby gets a number 24 shirt at long last. Looked pretty silly wearing a number 2, but I've got a funny feeling he's going to look pretty silly wearing 24 as well, but that's just me. I hope he can prove me wrong on a regular basis rather than just once a season. Anyway, I'm being really snidey today. Anyway, let's look at the rest of the squad. I was looking at the makeup of the squad. Now that we've lost Vito Mannone, which I've only mentioned on Twitter, Vito Mannone obviously gone to Sunderland. We've got a decent fee, I reckon, around £2 million for him. But only 2 goalkeepers on the books, so clearly we've got to sign Cesar. And let's hope that deal goes through. 7 defenders. That's on the Arsenal website. There's no Santos, so that number 11 shirt up for grabs if anyone wants it. give Arsenal a call. So those 7 defenders, I don't think you could knock them. We've got Sanya, we've got Jenkinson, we've got Gibbs, we've got Nacho, Monreal, we've got 3 centre-backs to choose from, obviously Koscielny, the big German, and I'll miss out his middle name, and who else? Of course, Vermaelen, the skipper, who started skipper last season. Perhaps he won't be skipper, who knows, start of this season. But apparently he's on the biggest wages, him and Theo Walcott. Theo Walcott, in my opinion, deserves it. Vermaelen, after last season, doesn't deserve it as much. But then again, you can't judge a player on just one season, so I'm not giving up on Vermaelen at all just yet. So, what about midfield? We've got 8 midfielders, one of them being Frimpong, who could be off to Fulham once he gets fit again. Apparently he's not returned to pre-season training just yet. He's enjoying himself, relaxing. Why not? If you can do it, why not? I've got nothing against Frimpong. I think he's a good player, but again, he has his injury problems. Not sure he's going to crack it at Arsenal, but I wouldn't. He's one of those players who's got a big heart, Frimpong. So I've got nothing bad to say about him at all. So other than that, the midfield, well, I don't think there's anyone. I can't think of anyone in there apart from my mate Thomas Rosicky. But he's not too bad. I know I slag him off sometimes, but he's a good player when he's fit, if he has a run in the team. But I still would like to see more quality in there. But I didn't think it was a situation that needed addressing that much other than Fellaini. Fellaini, if that's what I want, please Arsenal, just go and get him. I know I keep repeating it, sorry about that. 10 strikers though at the club, so that makes you see Arsene's point of view. Perhaps he's reluctant to bring players in because we've got so many players on the books. Because you look at that first team squad, 2 goalkeepers, okay, we need 1 goalkeeper, 7 defenders, probably can get by without signing a defender, 8 midfielders, well, they'd be down to 7 once Frimpong's gone completely. Again, might get away with it, but Fellaini, adding Fellaini, that would be enough. Then 10 strikers. Okay, a lot of them are on the way out, that's for sure. Nicholas Bentner, once he finds one of those 6 clubs that he claims are interested in him to sign him, well, everyone will be delighted. But it looks like Frankfurt is where he's heading. Germany being the place to go at the moment. Obviously, Freiburg snapping up Coquelin. That's, to me, disappointed to see Francis Coquelin leave, but opens up another spot for Fellaini. Then Giroud, of course, that means we've lost a defender. He's gone, of course, to Hamburg on loan for the season, just like Coquelin. Another one I'm in a way disappointed with because I thought he would come good, and I thought he's versatile, can play midfield, but we didn't see enough of it to really judge. But I just thought he was a decent enough player. I know not everybody agrees with me on that. Anyway, he's gone, and we didn't see a lot of him last season anyway, so no real loss. But Coquelin put in a couple of decent performances last season, also versatile. So unless I think we are serious about bringing players in, but we want to offload the deadwood first. So they've gone anyway for the season. Frimpong probably going to go once he's fit. And, well, Bentner, he's on the way out, so that's in the striking department. Who else in the striking department could be leaving? Well, Gervinho, we know, has been linked with Marseille a lot, but so far they've not coughed up any cash, so he still remains with us. Same goes for Shemak. Shemak's in pre-season training, still got his number 29 shirt. Levante apparently interested in him. And Joel Campbell, well, Real Betis wanted him, but apparently they're struggling to come up with the cash, so it could be Crystal Palace or West Ham for Joel Campbell. He didn't score loads of goals for Real Betis, but he did impress, so be kind of sad to see him leave the club without even playing for us. But we've struggled to get a work permit, which makes me wonder how the hell are Crystal Palace and West Ham intending to get a work permit if we can't. Obviously, talking of work permits, one player we did manage to get a work permit for last season, Rio Miyaichi, not last season, season before, but there's been a lot of talk that he will return to Holland, where he did very well for Feyenoord. Personally, I don't believe it, and I'll tell you why. Because I've translated the story. My Dutch isn't very good. I've used Google Translate, I must confess. Yeah, I know it doesn't work very well either, but Dutch to English is not such a big gap for it to mess up in. So anyway, I don't even know if I can pronounce this newspaper. I think it's Algemeen Dagblad. They've been reporting that Feyenoord are in search of a winger because Botius has got a knee problem, a serious knee problem, and Sekou Cisse may be leaving the club as well. They are also interested in Usama, I can't say his name, Usama Asadi of Liverpool, but Liverpool want to do a permanent deal, which is why there's speculation that because they can't get Asadi on a permanent basis, because they don't want to pay the money, they will come back to us and ask for Riyad Miyaichi. But I'm not 100% sure we'll let Miyaichi go out on loan this season, because obviously Arsene Wenger said what a great future he's got. Nevertheless, he may well go out. I'm not saying he won't, but I certainly don't think a deal will be done before the trip to Japan. That goes without saying, because what would be the point of going out to the Far East, tiring out the whole squad, unless we make a few quid out of it? And if Rio is not in the squad, we're going to make, well, a few less yen, let's say, if we don't have him in that squad. So I'm saying he's going to go to Asia, and as long as he stays free of injury, he's going to play against Nagoya Grampus and Urawa Reds. Or is it Urawa? I'm getting so confused. I've heard so many different pronunciations of that. I'll stick with Urawa for the moment. And until the next time, I will just say, what do I say? I forgot now. Get it out. No, it's not that. It's away. Till the next time. Up the Gooners.